Hi everybody, welcome to Midland Honda. I'm Matthew and I'm here today with, well, it looks like the same car, but it's not. Behind me here is the 2021 Honda Civic EX, and on my left is the 2022 Honda Civic EX. Now they're both in gray, they've got both basically all the same options, and I thought to myself, hey, as a prospective customer, isn't it fun to sit there with the charts and try and break down, well, what is actually new on these vehicles? Well, I'm here to show you. We're gonna talk about what the body changes are, we're gonna look at all the different interior features that have moved, talk about what's standard on this and standard on that, or vice versa as the case may be, and then we're gonna get you in here, we're gonna save you the cross shop time, get you in here, drive what you like, drive one home. So I figured a good place to start here on this comparison would be the under the hood. And here on the 2021 Civic EX, you came equipped with the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Now that is the non-turbo version. And then over here on the 2022 EX, well, hey, check it out. It looks a little eerily similar, does it not? Check it out. That is also a 2-liter 4-cylinder non-turbo engine. I mean, the big changes under the hood here, especially from a mechanic standpoint, is check out all the room down here. Got all this space. I mean, when I got to go to fix this thing, I'm actually a little bit excited. I'm not going to lose so much skin on this one. Versus over here, where you can see that exhaust shield is pretty much right up against that cross member. But it is the same power plant from one year to the next. Not a whole heck of a lot has been updated. A little bit more power modifications, and I'm gonna throw them up on the bottom of the screen right here. But otherwise, basically the same engines. Now that only is, of course, in this EX package. In the touring models, you can get the 1.5-liter turbo, but that is just not an option here on the EXs. So let's get these hoods down and let's talk about what's new. So I lined the cars up like this so that you could see side by side some of the true design differences. You'll see over here on the 2021 that arch that runs the entire length of the vehicle. I am glad they kept it also in chrome, but you will note back here at the fuel door that there is a little bit of a lip versus over there where it's just kind of a soft ellipse, ends in almost a teardrop. Now the EX in both years you will see has what looks to be almost identical rims. I mean, I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up as well, but over here on the 2022, to my eye, this is just a little bit softer than the angular rim over here on the 2021. They are basically the same design, almost a blade style with that sharp edge cutting through and the same number of spokes, but just a slightly, it's just a softening. It's like they took a little bit of the hard edge out and just smoothed it over. I don't mind it. I think it's still pretty stylish overall. That'll be your call. That'll have to be something that you decide which you would prefer. Up front here, you can see similar architectures. I mean, overall, Honda did not go too far afield from the last gen. It is definitely updated. I mean, you could see here that they've lost the grille. So from 2021, they had this grille and these openings above the emblem, whereas over here, we've got solid hood right down to the grille, as well as that large plastic eyebrow that ran the length of the hood and into the light over here on the 21. You can see we've gotten rid of that and we've just gone with a large headlight just below the eyebrow, which is all a seamless piece above the bumper. The only other big notes and departures here, I feel, are down low. You've got those chrome accents down here near the ground on the 2021 versus the 2022 that's kind of gone blacked out. I mean, even got those ports in there for what could be fog lights and is fog lights on a touring model. But overall, it just kind of went a little more flat. It's not as flashy and stylish as this 2021. But again, that has to be your opinion. I am not a fan of chrome personally. So for me, I would actually prefer that muted front end. However, I do think this is a more aggressive nose. A little bit more bullish and angular versus a little bit more swept and sleek. One departure is here on the 2021, we actually have that camera built into the passenger side mirror, and that is for the lane watch assist feature, versus over here on the 22, well, there ain't no camera no more. So it appears that Honda, that system has gone by the wayside. On the back of the vehicles, there are a couple notable differences as well. You can see here the tail lights on the 21, they're integrated from the trunk lid with this wrap around, almost boomerang-like curve around the signal and the reverse light, and that integrates both the trunk lid as well as the quarter panel and down to the edge of the bumper. Versus over here on the 22, well, it's not on the lid, it's on the back of the lid. So it's not up high, it is down low, and it sweeps in an angular. They've gotten rid of that boomerang or that crescent and gone with more of a long ellipse, if you will. Now, one of the biggest cool styling features back here, I think, is this little spoiler on the 2022 trunk lid, and that comes on every single trim model, which is a departure from over here where we've just got a flat edge. It does have this little bit of an overhang here, but it is not quite as pronounced as the 2022. Beyond that, up on the roof here, we got a sunroof, but over here we have a sunroof and a shark fin antenna. And I'm sure that is all for the multimedia system and satellite radio and such that comes on this 22. Now, those clouds look a little bit angry, so let's get inside these things and let's talk about interior changes over the model years. So here on the interior of the 2021 now, we're just going to kind of walk through some of the features. Here on the interior of the 2021 now, we're just going to walk through some of the features that we have here, and then we will go jump into 22 and talk about what's different, what made the change and what did not. First off, we have our race-inspired steering wheel. Nice bolster grips for your hands there, as well as the stitching in that leather wrapped wheel. Over here on the door, we have the multiple different color accents to really break up the design, as well as the material and plastic and metal usages throughout the design. Over here in front of the driver, you have your MID screen, which is all your vehicle information displayed in one spot, and your large touch screen audio system. Now, down here, you have your HVAC controls, and you have heated seats, which comes on the EX models. Automatic CVT transmission, electronic parking brake, and of course your different features like your economy mode and your different safety driving features such as your lane keep assist and your adaptive cruise are all up there on the wheel. In the middle, you've got this nice large console, 2 cup holders, as well as your USB ports down low for charging, and you have 2 additional USB ports underneath the console in this little pass-through section here. Sunroof up top and lots of light in here. This interior is quite sharp, quite angular, and is very driver focused, as most Honda vehicles are. Overall, it's quite comfortable. I have spent a fair bit of time in one of these, as you can imagine, and one of my coolest little Easter egg features on these, I love the racing checker pattern that's in the seats. Yep, we are racing even when we're sitting still. So let's go jump into 2022 and let's see what's different. Here on the interior of the 2022 Civic now, well, it jumps right out at you. We've definitely got a different setup. Everything in here is new. Nothing has been reused. Same features, different buttons should be the more accurate description here. But let's start with where we started on the other one, race-inspired steering wheel. You've got the same thing as the other car, more buttons on this one versus the rotary dials and touch pads in the 2021. They've gone back to, you can feel it, you can push it, you know it's on. And honestly, guys, check that out. Heated steering wheel. Buttons right there in the wheel, you can't miss it. And honestly, that is a standard feature on these 2022 EXs. And in Canada, can you beat a heated seat? right there, and a heated wheel in the middle of winter, you definitely can't. Over here on the door, well, we've done the same as the last gen. We've got multiple uses of different materials to really break up the design in the door panels, as well as carrying right through the dash. The silvers and blacks look really sharp together, even with the gray exterior. I wish they had done a little more color matching with the interiors, but that's just a me pet peeve. Obviously, if you like it, you let me know in the comments what you think or what they should have done or not done, as the case may be. Now up here in front of the driver, MID screen laid out a little bit differently. We've gone with almost the two traditional gauge look versus the one large gauge with ancillary setups on the side in the screen. A lot of people love this. They love the, I got my speedometer, I got my tachometer, what else do I need? This is what I'm used to. So I don't know if this is appealing to an older generation of drivers or just people who like to drive, but it's definitely a departure from the 21. Sliding over here to the right, well, check it out. We've gone with a large touchscreen audio system, and unlike the integrated version with the HVAC controls on the 21, we've gone standalone in the dashboard. And let me just back it out here, and you can really see the size of this thing. I mean, there's your instrument cluster, takes up about, you know, a third of the dash. And then you got another, I'd say quarter. If you put two more of those side by side, you'd probably have the rest of the dashboard. This is quite a large touchscreen, and I'll throw up the size here on the bottom of the screen right now. These comes standard in the EX model. There is a larger version only available on the Touring, so if that's the kind of thing that you are interested in, you can definitely look at that. And then I think probably the most noteworthy and the coolest design feature on this 22, this air vent. And that sounds kind of boring, but check this thing out. We start here in the center, and it just carries right through to the passenger side, coast to coast. And it is a wire metal mesh design. It is a chrome finish, and it is incredibly sharp. And they've even got a small piece of it over there to the left of the driver. It's just really cool. It really ties the whole interior together, gives us this sense of continuity, and it's honestly, it's stylish, and it breaks up the black plastic with more metal elements. Down here below your HVAC controls, you've got a USB port as well as a 12-volt plug-in. Small bin for your various items there. There is not the same under cavity like you have on the 21. They got rid of that. So they just went back to a standard console. And even with the standard console, we took a little departure. We have the molded built-in cup holders, not like the mobile ones in the 21. And we went to just a utility bin here. Very handy dandy. Now in the back, down here by my knee, we do have two USB ports for charging for your rear passengers. And these patterned cloth seats. Now they did lose my racing checkered flag here, but still quite a nice patterning in them, make them quite stylish and quite comfortable. Also in the EX, hey, we kept the sunroof. So you can really see same features, different buttons. And Honda's even gone out of their way to add a couple of features for your convenience and comfort that they think you're really going to enjoy. So again, guys, let me know what you think of the two new interiors. Well, the old interior and the new interior, I suppose. And which one would better suit you and your needs? And did Honda get it right? That's the big question. So around back here on both 21 and 22 Civics, I figured I would pop the trunk. And I think one of the most notable things just comes from a design feature here. You can see this pillar right here. Check out the angle on that. What would you call that? Maybe 115 degrees off 90, give or take. Versus over here, where you're almost on a 45. Now, not that you're loading that kind of weird shaped stuff into the backs of your Civic that often, but having a larger approach base at the bottom certainly makes different things a lot easier. As far as space overall, the 2022 is quite cavernous. I feel like you could fit quite a lot of stuff in there. But I mean, both of them do have quite the trunk expanse. So if that is one of the concerns of yours, you're certainly not missing out on space going from the old one to the new one. at the end of the day, this really comes down to a preference choice. Do you like the older vehicle, or are you into this new redesign? Now, there's obviously this stock of these is slowly depleting across the province because we are building these 22s. But hey, here at Midland Honda, we actually do have quite a few of these 21s left. And trust me, we will make you a screaming deal if you come in and check them out. But if you want a 22, by all means, come on in. We've got lots on the lot and we can get you into whatever model you are looking for. So what's left to do here, guys? Nothing. I hope that you've seen the difference between the 21 and the 22 pretty clearly laid out side by side in identical models, and I hope that helps your buying choice. Now, give us a call here at Midland Honda if you're interested in seeing one of those anywhere in the province of Ontario. Don't worry, call us, we can make a deal and we can get you your car. Thanks for watching.